All right, so next in our string of string videos, very funny, I know, we are talking about something called concatenation. So quick video, basically this boils down to adding two strings together. What happens when you have a string and a plus sign and another string? And the answer is probably what you'd expect. It just shoves the strings together. So here's an example. I have two strings. One called string 1 is equal to your, and string 2 is equal to face. Now, if I make a new variable called string 3, or I could just print the result out, and I make it equal to string 1 plus a space plus string 2, well, I get your space face. Kind of rhymed. If we didn't have the space here, then it would just shove them together as your face, one word. But we add that space in because we want that space, so it says your face. Anyway, that's really it to the basics of concatenation, but I'm going to add on a little tangent in just a moment. But let me hop over now to our terminal, and I'll just quickly demonstrate a common example. Let's say, I ask a user, let's say username equals, and this is me asking a user, what's your username? And they type in the answer, and we're simulating that. So maybe they say Blue the cat, that's my cat's name. Then we might want to add a little greeting that says, hello there, and welcome to the game. And then comma, and then I want to add in username. So that's all I need to do, add that plus sign. But I need to pay attention to that space because if it's not there, I don't get a space. It's not catastrophic if there's a comma, but it could, make things really hard to read. So we add that space in. All right, so that's the basics of concatenation. You can do it multiple times. You could do A plus B plus Z, and we get ABZ. Now this brings us to an important point, which is, what if I tried to do 8 plus hello? What do you think will happen? And there we go. We get unsupported operand types. So Python basically goes through this. It's having a great time. It's like, okay, 8, we're dealing with integers, and plus, okay, that's an operator for an integer, right? It will add two numbers. So we're working with numbers. Great. I'm expecting a number. Oh no, what the heck is going on? This is a string. It doesn't know what to do. So it doesn't do anything. It gives up. I mean, what would you expect it to do? I guess theoretically it could turn 8 into the string 8 and give us 8 hello. But it doesn't do that, obviously. So you have to be aware of the context, and with concatenation at least, you need to be working with strings. So if we tried to do something like, a common example we'll see in a little bit, we'll make a guessing game. We ask a user, what's your guess? And they might say, my guess is 9. And then we want to print something out that says, your guess of, let me add quotes in here, your guess of 9, or whatever they guessed, plus guess plus is wrong. If we wanted to do this, we're going to encounter that problem because guess is a number, and it's going to try and add number to a string. I need the quotation mark, or parenthesis, excuse me. But either way, it doesn't work because we're working with strings and ints, and we can't add them together. Okay, so just be conscientious of that. There's a solution we'll see in the next video. The only other thing I'll point out, there's an operator that we haven't seen called plus equals. It's just a nice little shortcut when you're reassigning variables. So here's an example. We have string 1 is equal to ice, and I am updating it by adding in cream, space cream, using plus equals. That makes a new value of string 1, ice space cream. So rather than having to say string 1 equals string 1 plus ice or plus cream, I'm able to just say plus equals. So I could do name equals Colts. And then rather than, if I wanted to add my last name onto this, rather than doing name equals name plus Steele like this, whenever you see name equals name plus or variable equals the same variable name plus, you can replace it with plus equals. Just like that, name plus equals Steele. Now if I look at name, it's Colt Steele. So this is concatenation in action, but it's not limited to strings. I could do people equals 99, and then say people plus equals 1. And now I look at people, and it's 100. And with numbers, we also have access to things like minus equals. So let's go down by 10. Look at people now. So it's taking the value of people and subtracting 10 and reassigning that to people. We could even do multiply or star equals. And now we look at people and it's 900. And now at this point, the word people just looks weird and looks like it's spelled wrong to me. I've been staring at it too long. But really, this is about concatenation, adding two strings together. And then this thing at the end about plus equals is just a nice thing that you'll see me use just to save some time. But you do not have to know about it or don't have to use it.